Hi, this is Love Hombo. I'm out here in the woods. It's been raining for 2 days now, and so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to see how to start a fire with, of course, the least work possible if I were caught out here with just my knife and a ferro rod that's in it. So I'm going to go gather stuff. Come along with me. We'll see how it works. Well, it's been raining hard enough that any grass exposed to the rain is pushed down, and as you can see, the grass under the cover of trees is not. I've dug this whole log apart and none of it is dry. It's all sponged up moisture, so I guess we keep looking. Now here's a real find, a genuine made by the Real Critter Bird's Nest, and there's some very fine grass in here. They're still wet, but maybe I can dry it out by carrying it in my pocket. Part of the moisture issue is that right on the other side of that brush is a lake. And you can probably hear the rain, but right here is a fallen tree which might offer some break-offable limbs good enough for splitting. So I'm going to give that a try. Okay, broke some limbs off and broke them down further. Now I'm going to take them up to the campground to process, because if I do get a fire going, I want to be able to build it, and you're not allowed to build fires anywhere except in the campground. Okay, from the stuff I split, I've got some little stuff and a little bit bigger stuff, one big piece, and then all of this is shavings. And so we'll see if we can get it going. Well, I've been at this for 3 hours. It's still cold and wet. The only heat's coming from exertion, not fire. And of the last batch of wood, 3 times I got shavings to ignite, but I couldn't keep them going between the wind and the light rain. Because I'm trying to do this where there's no shelter. The idea being to see if I could do it in a real survival situation. So far, it looks like I'm going to die of exposure. Here's this pretty little lake, so on with the search for some wood. Here is a very majestic willow. Now there's a piece of dead wood hanging down that offers some possibilities if I can only get up high enough somehow to get it. Couldn't reach the one I wanted, but here's a couple. Even though they're wetter, they may offer some possibilities, so we'll give them a try. Well, it's been over 4 hours and my prognosis is no better. So I went back to my shelter, made a bowl of soup, and gave myself an additional survival advantage. My little Laplander saw. So with this, I'm hoping I can get wood thick enough that it's not soaked, and I can also make a decent baton for working the wood. Using the Laplander, I got 4 pieces sawed of Idaho wood, and I'm going to process that down. As you can see, I'm pretty much out in the wilderness here, so we'll see how this part goes.
turn it back on.
So, lessons learned. When I started this, it had just stopped raining. We're in a rain break right now. So that helped tremendously because the rain and wind kept putting out all the little shavings I could get started. So any kind of shelter, any break from the rain and wind is helpful. Number two, it's possible to get dangerously cold and wet. Thrashing through the brush you see behind me in order to find wood. And so that would definitely be a factor where this is a survival situation for me. Third thing is, it's about the wood. Once I was able to get stuff about 2 inches in diameter, it was then thick enough to be able to split and get down to some pretty dry wood. Dry enough that I could make the right size shavings to get it ignited, and it didn't have to combat moisture. So having a saw is what made that possible for me. You could baton your way through that wood, but it would take a tremendous amount of calories to get enough of it. I had 4 pieces in order to get a fire going to a sustainable level. And then I guess the final lesson is that make sure you've got buku prep done. At least a hatful of shavings and a big bundle of pencil thin or pencil lead size, another big bundle of pencil size, another bundle of thumb or bigger size, all taken from the inner dry part. And with that, I guess I win and hypothermia loses. Thanks for coming with me on this little trip. See you on down the trail.